guys, if you're looking to build a pathway like this, or even a walking path like this, should we even mention all the gravel that it takes to do a garden? So guys, we created this 40-foot berm out of necessity. Water was coming down because it's a downslope to the front of the house, and it became literally like a little river. It was poorly graded, so we had to figure out something and created this berm. So to create this, we staked it out with these metal, I guess metal borders, and pound those in, created the shape that we wanted. Then we began to fill it with dirt, and we used a lot of cardboard down first, and then to suppress the weeds. And then came more soil and a whole lot of gravel. For this pathway, it was a muddy mess. So the sod, the sod was just mud. There was no more sod. So we had to pull up what was there. In the front, we didn't bother pulling up the sod. We just put cardboard on that. It was way too much. And here, we did put down we pulled it up, put down cardboard, then sand, and then crushed groove, which is kind of a sand and gravel mixture, pounded it in, and then put down the pavers and the gravel. And we planted the hydrangeas here, that we have the hedge of hydrangeas. And then on this side, I have some other types of hedges over here. This is where we are today. Hostas over here to the left. This walkway did not exist. It was all sod. This was all sod all the way up to the house. I think right around, everywhere around the house, directly upon the house, was actually pine straw. They had pine straw. All of this here, all the way around the house, was pine straw. So we removed that, and then here was sod. We removed the strips of sod, put down crushed groove, and then the pavers. Guys, this is our hot tub area, where we also have the 20-foot cylinder block garden bed right here where I grow the cucumbers. And in this area is mostly this kind of slate. It's like a medium to small pieces of slate. And the weeds over here are out of control. It's been raining for a month and a half off and on. So yeah, I'll be doing some weeding. This area, I had to pull up all of the sod by hand. You heard me right. I was down on my hands and knees pulling up sod. Now, these pavers that lead to the garden, we tried many different solutions for this. And this is what we finally came up with, is just to put pavers down. And literally, you don't have to do anything to do this. You just literally put the paver down, wet it, and it will just sink down into the ground. You don't have to put any cardboard, no sand, nothing. And it just looks beautiful. I love it. This is our fire pit area. And I kind of designed this. And we just really mapped it out, sketched it out, and then just drew out a circumference of what we wanted, how large of a sit-in area we wanted. Then put the fire pit kit in the middle. I will link the fire pit kit. You can buy that, and then just get the pavers that you want and the gravel that you want. We're thinking about changing the gravel. And yeah, we got some weeds over here too. And lastly, the garden. This is the major project. This garden is, oh gosh, I want to say it's like 60 feet by 40 feet. Initially, there were trees, a beautiful tree line. Imagine a beautiful tree line here, okay? We're on a septic, And we came to look at the house one day to look at the progress, and it was just a big hole. We were like, what the hell happened? They thought they were going to put the drain fields for the septic here. So then we had to make a decision. We couldn't put trees back. So we said, do we put a pool here? No, it would be covered in pine needles. So I said, let's do a garden. And here we are. So guys, the garden, the way that it started, that's how it started. That's why we have the garden, because we had to do something with this big gaping hole in the wood line. And they just covered it over with pine needle. And it was atrocious. It was scary looking. It looked like an endless open pit. It's like it was horrible. So at any rate, on pencil and paper, I just sketched out and I started kind of just designing this garden, because I had only gardened, I think, in containers or just like one little area before that. Since this is one of my old containers that I grew herbs in from our old house 6-7 years ago. I've had this container for 10 years now. Prior to this, I only gardened in little pots or a container. That was it. The first thing that we did was we had to put down the pavers for the shed. The shed had to go in first, because otherwise there was no way we were going to get a shed through the fence. So first was the pavers for the shed, the foundation for the shed to sit on. Then a builder came out to do the shed, to install the shed. And then once the shed was done, we installed the fence. So as you can see, we have two gates. We have a gate in the front, we have a gate in the back. And that is because we have a riding lawnmower, and sometimes we need to ride it through the garden to put it in the back. And we have the compost bin, so it's an easy access to the compost bins in the back. So back here, this area is my future greenhouse. It's been sitting in a box for 3 years. I hope my husband's watching this. For 3 years, my greenhouse has been in a box. Oh, this is not gonna get it. Let me show you what you need. Guys, this is where you need to come to get all of your landscape needs. Look at this. There's every kind of gravel, sand, boulders. We're going to get into it all. So I don't know about all places, but at this place here local to me, they give you a sheet. It's a price sheet. Every kind of color, every size, gravel, boulders, topsoil, mulch, everything. And do not come to a place like this dressed super cute, right? Make sure you have on some sneakers, some kicks, something to cover and protect your feet. So I love this color gravel and the size. So over here we get into a little bit larger. Over here, a lot larger. So these over here can range up to 6 inches. So over here they already have some crated up, some boulders crated and ready to go. And I said, it gets dirty. Got topsoil, mulch. This is almost like a lava rock. This is the beautiful pea-sized gravel. But I think this color, this is almost the same thing, slightly larger. But I love this color. Check out the mulch. Red mulch, black, brown. And when you get it, it comes in these type of bags. They even have a shop. So here's all the different types of gravel and rocks and boulders that they sell. And of course, like I said, mulch and topsoil. Oh, the beautiful urns. Oh my God. Hi, look at this. I love this. Look at this. This is incredible. All of the decorative items, the vases, the pots, this all of I'm just overwhelmed right now. It's been years. I think the last time I was here was maybe 5, not even 5, maybe almost 10 years ago, literally, from our first house that we built here in Georgia. And it's overwhelming, overwhelming. But this is the kind of place that you need to go if you're doing something on a large scale. You have statues, all of the fountains. And they have some areas that are landscaped already to help you have inspiration, and we'll take you to those next. Let's look at the variety. Over here, they have like a little inspiration area for landscaping. You see the beautiful Japanese maples, all the wonderful bushes, how they did the landscaping with the mulch, the pavers, a trellis, and an arbor here. It really gives you somewhat of ideas of what you can do. The items are going to come bagged up like this, and yeah, you're going to need a good shovel, some good gloves, and a wheelbarrow and a strong back, unless you have someone else doing the work for you. Now at our house, it was just my husband and I. We did all of it. So we had bags and tons delivered to our house, and we did it all. Even show you how they put some boulders down here, some flat stones here for a walking path. I love this. This is beautiful. The use of the boulders. Guys, when I say that they have all of your hardscape needs, look at this. I mean, giant boulders. Stepping stones. So guys, drop a comment and let me know if you have a project like this. The little bags of gravel, if you have a massive project, you might be wasting your time buying little bags of gravel. If you have a place like this in your community, even if it's 50 miles away, it might be worth it to have it delivered. I wonder sometimes if there's something wrong with me when I get this excited about seeing stones and dirt. And this is where I get my soil. Tons of soil like I do in compost. You can come here, Soil 3. They have veggie mix and they have regular compost. But it's the most nutrient dense. And it even has charcoal and humus and all the good things that your soil needs to be thrive and healthy and grow the most amazing plants. They've got soil, they have sod, they have pavers, they have rock. Get it all delivered. Say you don't need that much. You only need a few small bags. They have that too. The compost and the veggie mix in these small cubes. Getting a deal today. Buy 4, get 1 free. I'm getting the 4 veggie mix and 1 free. Beds did not start out like this. We only had 8-inch. They were only 8 inches high. The garden beds, and my husband designed those. Today, They are 24 inches high, 2 feet. And we had these redesigned last year. And I absolutely love them. You don't have to bend as much. So yeah, guys, every piece of gravel, every paver, my husband and I put it down. And my back is paying for it. So before the fence came in, we actually were able to have them deliver all the huge bags. They pulled it and they put it actually in the back of the house over here. So the way that those big huge bags of gravel are delivered is it's on a 18 wheeler. Then they have a forklift attached to the truck, and they were able to come through the woods. Before we had the fence, they were able to come through the woods and deliver everything in the back. And we had it back there, and we just shoveled everything. We just did wheelbarrows loads and dumped it and spread it out. And same thing with all the pavers. And now this is what we have. So guys, when you design out your garden, you want to consider all of those things. The height that you needed, the width that you needed, all of the things that you want in your particular garden. And guess what? Next video, we're going to talk about that, designing your garden, because I wish that I had the tools that you all have now with AI. You can talk to ChatGPT or Claude and design the garden of your dreams, or even if it's a small patio space, you can tell it all the things that you want and get the garden that you want, the space that you want, that you can be proud of and enjoy. As always, I hope that this video was helpful, and I thank you for hanging out with me in my garden. And yeah, next video, we're going to work on designing the garden of your dreams.